Yes, people, we're back. We're here again for PSG versus Arsenal in the Champions League, and we're going to be live throughout the whole game, giving my thoughts and reactions while the game is on. Make sure you are smashing the likes, you are subscribing to the channel, as we are currently on the road to 800 subscribers. Give me your thoughts and opinions down below. In goal, we're going to go through the team sheets, and then I'm going to give you my score prediction. In goal is Donnarumma, Hakimi, Marquinhos, Pacho, and Nuno Mendes. As a midfield three of Neves, Vitinha, and Fabian Ruiz. And then a front three of Doué and Kvaratskhelia. And then for Arsenal is David Raya, Lewis Skelly, Kivior Saliba, Timber, Odegaard, Partey, Rice, Martinelli, and Mikama in front with Bukayo Saka. Right, let me see if this is finally going to load. We are literally about 7 minutes away from kickoff. What's the bench saying? But yeah, Dembele is on the bench. Yo, Kim, you got to feel sorry for Kimpembe, man. He came back from like a 2-year injury. He's injured again. Yo, that might be his career, like, literally cooked. I'm not even joking. I know, in a horrible way. Yeah, make sure you are smashing that like button, as we're hoping to get closer to 800 subs. 800 subs. Just checking if audio is good, but yeah, make sure you are smashing the like button. It is important. Obviously, the likes do get the stream out to more people. That's what it does. But yeah, my score prediction, I'm going 2 on PSG. I think Arsenal will score, but I think Dembele off the bench, yo, winner. But yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to, man. It should be a good game. It should be a very good game. Obviously, Champions League semis. Is it going to live up to last night's? I mean, last night's games was unbelievable. It was unbelievable, last night's games. And yeah, look, I want PSG to. I'm going to be honest with you. I actually want PSG to go through. Like, respectfully, I don't want Arsenal to go through. Yeah, I do not want Arsenal to go through. But yeah, it technically is a hate along. It technically is a hate along. I mean, look, we know PSG are going to do some madness for their openings. I mean, if you didn't see Arsenal's last week, their tifo, Jesus Christ, oh God. Now, we're going to see in a minute if the tifo is actually leaked. But we saw a tifo earlier today, basically calling Arsenal bottle jobs and since like 06, something like that. I actually want to see if that tifo is going to be real, because that tifo is real. Yo, that is mad. And you know, if you put out a tifo like that, you kind of have to go and win the game. I'm going to be honest. They're just, I mean, they're doing all the flares, the fireworks. You got some PSG stuff going off. It actually looks quite mad, to be fair. It looks kind of. I mean, that's how you do a fucking open, eh? Do you know what I mean? To a semi-final, fireworks, flares, flipping. You got banners all around the stadium. That's how you properly do it, if I'm going to be honest. But yeah, that's how you do it, man. PSG 3-1 game should have been over in the first leg if the chances was taken. Yeah, I mean, Bradley Bacola and. Wow, that actually looks kind of mad, you know. I can't even lie. That looks mad. Fair play to PSG for that. Right, we've got the game up. Let me just make sure it's up on my iPad as well. Give me a second. Get a drink. Got myself a cheeky sugar-free Red Bull because I'm a bit tired and yeah, we've got to sit here for the next couple of hours and this could be a dead game. This game's either going to be brilliant or dead. I mean, look, it's not going to live up to last night's because if anyone saw last night's, that was unbelievable. One of the best Champions League games I've ever watched as a neutral. You know, you got goals galore, world-class goals. I think the last time I saw a game of that magnitude and madness in a semi-final, I know people will talk about the Barca PSG games, Liverpool Barcelona's, but they're just historic comebacks. In terms of just an all-round, both just going for it from both teams. I said it on a video earlier. You know, if anyone watched Liverpool Roma a couple of years ago, that was a mad one. And yeah, that was a mad game. Right, is this actually going to load? Give me a sec. Really what happened there, but we're up and away. I am going to do a video. If Arsenal go out tonight, I might do a video reacting to that Arsenal fans' tears because they've been chatting the most, man. Your manager, he could go this if he doesn't win tonight. Let's say Arsenal get knocked out tonight. That is 5 years since their last trophy. And you give all this big bollocks, you're the biggest team in London and all that crap. You're the third biggest club in England. You got to win trophies then, huh? This isn't, you're not Birmingham City. You're meant to be Arsenal. So you're ultimately, you got a dog called Win, so surely you should win. But yeah, make sure you are smashing up that like button, subscribing, and we are getting closer to the targets to be hit. But yeah, we want Arsenal to go out tonight. I'm going to be honest. If any Arsenal fans are watching back, I want your club to lose. I'm going to be honest. I want your club to lose. I don't want Arsenal to go through. I'm not trying to say Arsenal are Liverpool's rivals. However, you know what? Do you know if you guys didn't have an insufferable fan base and the things you do, people probably won't hate on you as much. Do you know what I mean? It probably wouldn't. And that's just being honest. I think you have got the most. I hate Man United and Everton the most, but you man have the most annoying fan base. To second to none. But yeah, how many likes are we on? We're on 6 or 7 likes. But yeah, 2-0 PSG. We need Arsenal tears. Yeah, but we have just kicked off. Yeah, we have literally just kicked off. Smash up that likes, man. We need PSG to not bottle it. They tend to bottle it in these sort of stages, but hopefully not tonight. That's what we need. I don't get. Right, fucking the bloody uncle giving me a ring. Hold on. Hold on, I need my fucking MacBook charger. Smash up them likes. Oh my god, I thought Arsenal was going to score. Fucking hell, I thought I almost awesome. Right, that's just fix the audio. Hopefully. Your Arsenal should have scored, man, already. Um, Man like Donnarumma actually living up to the hype. Arsenal piling on the pressure here in this opening 5 minutes. I mean, look, they have no choice. That's the way to beat PSG. You've got to silence the crowd. You've got to silence the prisoners, silence the ultras, and get an early goal back. Because if PSG can get comfortable like they did last time, there was an opening period last week where PSG were dominating for a heavily 30 plus minutes. And that's what they've got to do to them. To a PSG, we need our tears. Should have been 1-0 already. Bro, should have been 1-0 already, man. 91 people already tuned in. You know? Saliba is bombing it. But he's running to me is quite weird. Here comes Bukayo Saka on the right hand side. Saka still controlling. Gonna drag the ball out of place. See, if that was Lamine Yamal yesterday, you see Lamine Yamal probably take on 2, 3 players and try to turn up the shot. Martinelli, first good to the bar line, corner, defended by Marquinhos. PSG's just got to get a fold on this because this is instant pressure from Arsenal. But the one thing we know with PSG, if you've watched them this season, they're very good on the counter. So that's one thing Arsenal has to be wary of. They have got Caballero, Bradicola, Doué, Vitina that can help break the lines for them to counter as well. So that's what they've got to do. Right. Let me just check some. What the fuck? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is that for a save? Wow. Donnarumma, so Martin Odegaard picks up the ball. Oh no, Donnarumma could be injured here. Shit. Fucking Donnarumma. Bro, this keeper's on spice. What a fucking save. That's bro, Donnarumma, if you're okay, mate, because yo, in this hate along, we need you, bruv. That is a mad save, man. That is a crazy save. Yeah. Bro, he's made like 2, 3 big saves already. Bro, how was Donnarumma? He got 6.8 already on match rating. He should already be on like an 8 or a 9. Bro, them saves alone are crazy. Bro, we saw Jan Sommer last night step up for Inter. Goalkeepers have to step up in these late stages because big saves, man. Corners whipped in from Bukayo Saka. PSG tried to clear it away. That Martin Odegaard shot save is mad. This is where Arsenal just have to can keep up with that pressure, man. You just have to keep doing it and wave after wave, because the minute you give PSG time on that ball, that's where it's a fucking danger. Ball's crossed back in. Defend. Martinelli. Lewis Skelly. Now PSG can potentially break here. Ruiz. Hakimi. Go, 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 go. What is that for a pass? Oh, man. That is a dead pass. That pass is dead. That was a shit pass, that. That pass was shit. Saliba, Saka. What we need is for PSG to get on that ball. Vitinha. on that bloody ball and to let him dictate. That's what. Right, I have no idea what the fuck happened. But fucking everything just went down. Yeah, she's killing them. Yeah. Oh, and then Martinelli again. That looks like it's going to be the battle for this game. Martinelli's versus literally Hakim. Even like Neves can get control it from deep and just spring passes. In February, like Fabian Ruiz is going to be even he's a ball. I actually feel like he's one of the most underrated players in the PSG setup. Like people speak about the front threes and Coutinho's. Like Fabian Ruiz is quality, man, as well. Do you know what I mean as well? Odegaard. Poor pass now. So where PSG can get on the ball. Doué just gone literally zoomed past Partey. Like beep like he wasn't even there. PSG, the thing is with PSG, they've got bagsmen up front. And they've got Dembele still to bring off the bench as well. Obviously, he wasn't match fit, but I assume if PSG need him, man, they'll bring him on. Like, this is a champ semi. They've won the league and all that shit. Do you know what I mean? Doué, Kvaratskhelia. It's the fucking boast. And that's what they can do. Kvara can just kill the ball dead still, take the touch on his right foot, bang. At any minute he can pull a trigger and score an absolute belter when need to. Look at the first leg where he scored that goal against Liverpool. Yeah, I know it was offside, but guy can score bangers at any moment. There's no way PSG will be dominated for 90 minutes. But it's been a good game so far in this opening 17 minutes. Hey, we could get back-to-back good nights of champs. You know what I mean? That's what we want. Thing is, if PSG went 2-0 up, that means we're not. It's hard for Arsenal to come back. Then if it's 1-1 in the leg, then it's anyone's game. Yeah, David Raya was never saving that shot. He was never saving it. Man, I really wish we could Kvaratskhelia, man. Obviously, we had a mad interest in him in January, but it was only PSG that realistically tried to get him. Do you know what I mean? Watching the replay of that shot, man, literally, if that's an inch more to the left, the old bang goal. Mateus Nunes, that's a foul, surely. On Jurgen Timber. Ball's crossed. Martinelli takes a deflection. Oh, what a ball that would have been. Oh, my days. Good defending from Lewis Skelly there. Keane with the pressure. Doing well there, Skelly. Partey. It's becoming a bit scrappy now. Bukayo Saka does well. Sent Neves there. I know we're only 20 minutes in, and I know it's not really a full judgment yet. But, man, watching Inter last night, I know you could have easily made an argument that Barcelona could have easily gone through as well. Of any other day, Barcelona probably Like, for me, if Lewandowski was fully fit and started that game, I reckon Barca will go through. The chances that Yamal was putting on the plate in that first 70 minutes before he came on, and the chances that he was creating, yeah. But then, I think Inter PSG would be a really good spectacle. Two teams that are just really good, and one with a frightening attack, one that knows how to defend and be resolute. But I said when PSG knocked us out, I said PSG. I actually think PSG goes on to win the tournament. But yeah, 20 minutes in, it's been a really good game. Really good game in this opening 20 minutes. These players must have watched last night and think, you know what, yo, I'm having a good game tonight as well. Because last night was one of the greatest Champions League games I've ever watched. Oof, good defending. Can PSG now break on their counter? Thomas Partey is going to be really key because so far PSG have not been able to have a foothold on this game. If it's not for Donnarumma, Arsenal probably score maybe 2-3 goals already. He's made some mad saves. He made one or two mad saves in the first leg as well. I feel like I won't say he's starting to try and live up to the hype, but I remember when we all watched him back at the Euros 2021 and was like, this guy's going to be one of the best. He should be the best goalkeeper for the next decade or two. And then obviously for the past couple of seasons, he hasn't really lived up to it. One with a couple of injuries, making a couple of mistakes. And obviously here comes Bradley Barcola. Bradley Barcola, it could be a 2-on-1. Doué surely has to score. Oh my God. Arsenal have cut live. Oh my days. Why? I found Bradley Barcola. Why is he not just full on sprinting there? He can run quicker than that. Maybe he should have squared it again. Oh my, that's a big miss. How have we not had a goal in this? Oh my God, Doué, man. Doué, man. Martinelli. Odegaard. Lewis Skelly, man. He's been bossing this game, to be fair. But, I mean, that cross was terrible. Nuno Mendes just slipping and sliding. He's had a bit of a terror game. I genuinely think this game is going to be down to whose fullbacks defend the best. Because so far in this game, it's been about attacking the fullbacks of Lewis Skelly, of Nuno Mendes, and Achraf Hakimi. So, for me, so far from watching the game, it's going to be whose fullbacks really do to defend the best because that's where the teams are mainly attacking down. But you could Arsenal should have scored too. PSG should have scored with Doué then. Doué should be doing better, man. But like that shot power was pathetic. You could have easily even squared it back to Bradley Barcola as well. Saka wins it, loses it. Now our PSG can pick the ball up. Ref saying play on. Hakimi, Doué. But if I'm Bradley Bacot, I reckon he should have just carried on sprinting man instead of squared it. PSG so far, you could argue they've potentially weathered the storm in that opening, 10-15. It was heavily domination by Arsenal. Really started really good. High tempo, high press. PSG just defended well. Donnarumma with a couple of good saves. And that was the thing with Arsenal. How long can you keep that up for? With the quality that PSG and how they play football, it's hard to do that against them for a solid 90 minutes. Since the course of the turn of the year, PSG haven't been dominated and battered like that. I mean, there was spells in the Villa game at Villa Park where they got dominated, and to be honest, if Villa took their chances, they'd probably score a couple of more. But we'll have to keep waiting and see. But PSG do have a set piece here. We are literally just clocking up to the 27 minutes mark. Vitinha. Come on, PSG, man. Big man Pacho, knock your head on this, lad. Someone get their head on this. Good ball in, Vitinha. That's what we want. Ball's crossed. Defended. Ruiz. Oh! Oh! Yes! Oh my God. What a finish. Yo, where's this Arsenal fan at now, man? Join my stream, innit? What a finish by Fabian Ruiz. Raya, no chance. Fabian Ruiz. But what a finish. Let's update the score. Come on. 1-0 to Paris Saint-Germain. But the thing is, it's still not game over, in my opinion, unless it goes to potentially 3, because the thing is with PSG is they do have capabilities of collapsing. And that Villa game has shown that they still have PTSD in that squad. So let's not hope that happens. Odegaard. Arsenal. It could be 3-0. It could be 3-0. Bradley Barcola, surely. Oh my days. How is this not 3-0? How is this not 3-0? Ousmane Dembele is thinking, what the fuck? How? That should be game over. And that's the thing, man. Ousmane Dembele, fucking hell, he sent Lewis Skelly to the shops. PSG hate along, bro. Do you mean Arsenal hate along? Lewis Skelly has been cooked. That's twice now. Bradley Bacola's missed 2 big chances across these 2 ties. He missed one in the first leg where he should have buried it, and he should have buried it there. He does everything right in the build-up with Kvaratskhelia. He sends Lewis Skelly to the shop, and all he has to do is finish it. He should have gone with the bottom left. Why is he going with David Raya near side? Because Declan Rice is literally coming in, shooting across that side, so he has a chance of blocking it. Come on, man. Saka. The thing is now for Arsenal, there's no game plan. You just got to go for it. Do you know what I mean? This is where, you know, your players have to step up in these big moments. Do. Still feels weird watching like Champions League nights when it's like light here in the UK. Hakimi, Bokola. You know what's mad? If PSG win tonight, they go to the final, for example, let's just say, Ousmane Dembele is probably going to win the Ballon d'Or. Now, who would have predicted that 2-3 years ago? Ousmane Dembele is going to win a Ballon d'Or. He has gone from being one of the most injury-prone players in the world to generally the best player in the world. And the thing is with Ousmane Dembele, he's always had the quality and the talent. It was always the injury problems that kind of like let him down and kind of derailed him reaching his full potential in his career. And now he looks like he's kind of surpassed those problems at Paris Saint-Germain. I don't know whether it's just a new area, the new different training regime, just different training styles. I don't know, but since he's joined PSG, he's done the one thing that's always let him down. He's staying fit, because when he's been fit, man, he's always one of the most fun players to watch in the world. But yeah, PSG, man, are 35 minutes into the game. It's currently 1-0 PSG. Arsenal 2-0 to PSG on aggregate so far. You'd think Arsenal will probably need to go and get another one. Really, not Arsenal. You need to probably get one before half-time, in my opinion. I think there's always going to be that one chance, because PSG, you know what can happen, they can become complacent and that. So if they can get a third, then Arsenal, do you think they'll score 3? I mean, you've already seen, look at the spacing behind that PSG have left. It's like, do you know what I mean? Oh, oh, oh. I actually feel sorry for Lewis Skelly a little bit because his experience is showing tonight. I think he's a talent, man. I think he is a really good prospect for Arsenal and for England. But in these Champions League semis and finals, you know, you can't buy experience. You know, you may have talent and quality potentially, but you can't buy experience. Do you know what I mean? It's always good to have experience in those in the team. And you look at the Arsenal team, the only players that really had experience, really, is Rice. You know, he's been to a couple of finals with England, won a trophy with West Ham, and Saka's done the same with England. But I feel like club football experience is different to international experience, if I'm being honest, because you're with each other every week compared to every couple of months or years. If I'm Arsenal at half time, right, you're not far off half time, I'm bringing on Kieran Tierney. You know, decent left back. He actually played well against, I can't remember what game it was. I think it was Brentford. He actually looked like he played well. Play him. I mean, see what you like about Zinchenko, but he's got experience at this level. And yeah, I'll take off Skelly. And I can't lie, I'd even take off someone like an Odegaard because I think he's been trash. Hakimi, Barcola. This is where PSG won them, controlling that ball. Knocking about, see it till half time. That's what Luis Enrique will be implying. No need to rush. You know, we're 2-0 up on aggregate. Surely 3-0. Do man. Lovely controlled. Oh, unlucky. Good defending there by Jurien Timber. He's making mistakes, man, Skelly now. Probably his worst game so far. I've watched him play for Arsenal. This kid's a bowler, man, Doué. I know people talk about Lamine Yamal and all that. Rightly so. But Doué is definitely in my opinion, in terms of attacking talent, top 3, top 5 in the world. Guy is so good to watch. And again, he's someone that needs to improve on his finishing because I mentioned it last night. It's the one critique I'll have with someone like a Lamine Yamal is improve his finishing, but that will come with age because he's only 17 years old. Ball's crossed, cleared. Oof. Do you want to know? I'm actually going to check the age of Pacho. How old is Pacho? He's 23. You know, he's a centre back that I would definitely look at for Liverpool. Because also there's rumours about Kanate. Obviously, you know, Madrid won him on a free. And I know we're linked with Huijsen, but I think Pacho is a defender that I would look at. When I've watched him play for PSG this season in the league and the champs, he's a defender I like. Oh, good defending there. Bacola. Douay. Oh, shot blocked. I think Skelly's down here. minute until full extra time. Skelly getting cooked. You like Pacho? Yeah, I do as well, man. He's a defender I'd actually genuinely look at. Surely Arteta takes him off, especially if Dembele comes on too. Even more problems. Yeah. Yeah, Pacho's definitely a CB I'll look at. You know? And obviously, like, if Kanate was to go there, because I think there's three options. Either Kanate signs, or he goes PSG, or Real Madrid on a free. Right, that should be half time any second. And that is half time. That is half time. People will be back for that second half. Gotta go toilet. I need to give my uncle a ring as well. Yeah, make sure you're smashing up them likes button, subscribing to the channel. We'll be back for the second half. Right, people, we're back. We're ready for the second half. Arsenal have 45 minutes to save their season. Otherwise, it's over, bruv. Inshallah, PSG, do not bottle it. That's what we want. Fingers crossed. My original prediction was 2-1 PSG. If I'm PSG, I'm getting Dembele on, man. Have Arsenal made any subs? No. If I'm Arsenal, bring on Dembele, man, because he would cook him. Lewis Skelly, man, badly. Lewis Skelly got cooked in that first half, right? And the thing is, Brucola, he doesn't have that cutting edge in terms of the finishing and the end product. The best Arsenal player in that first half, you'd probably say Bukayo Saka, to be honest. And I've said it for weeks when I'm watching Arsenal, he's not fully fit. So, yeah, we are back on the way. Are Arsenal going out? We're going to see. But yeah, make sure the audio is working. Yeah, make sure. But yeah, if PSG can get a third, I think it's game over. But there's no need to rush. You're 2-0 up in the tie. Do you know what I mean? You've got a killer up front in Ousmane Dembele. So, do you know what I mean? 45 minutes just do the business. Play your game and win. Yeah. Play the game and win. Is Arsenal's season going to end in 45 minutes? Or will it live to see another day? Will they go to the Champions League final? Who is going, PSG or Arsenal? As it stands, Arsenal need to score 2 goals. What Arsenal need, again, is what they need is the intensity they had in that first 10-15 minute spell, but better and to score. I mean, look, they're still in the game comfortably. Look, even if they get a goal with 10 minutes to go, we know what PSG can be like, where they can be like, oh shit, they could shit the bed. So as long as they, if it stays 2-0 with 15 minutes to go, they're in the game. But if PSG get a third, it's hard to think that Arsenal will score 3 goals. And with the space and everything that they'll leave behind, you'd fancy PSG to probably go and bag another. Bradley Barcola, defending them well there by William Saliba. Odegaard. And I've said it for years, right, as a neutral, right, as a Liverpool fan. When I look at our captain, that's going to drag you out of deep waters, rally the team, actually do what a captain's job is. Martin Odegaard isn't that. And the things that we saw from Martin Odegaard, right, 2 years ago, in that the season when they bottled the 8-point lead in the first title race running, he was really good. He's not shown anywhere near the quality of that in the past 2 years. So you can't even make a judgment to say like, yo, he's a bad captain, but he's actually showing quality on the pitch. He's not even showing that. Do you know what I mean? So that they are the question marks, and I feel like if you're an Arsenal fan, he's in the position where you probably want to upgrade in the summer. There's players available. Go and get like a Ryan Cherky, who is an absolute baller. And for start of all, he shouldn't even be the captain. If I'm an Arsenal fan, there is the players that I would give it to is probably Declan Rice, or Gabriel Magalhaes. I think they're the 2 players that you probably give the captaincy armband to. Why is Odegaard actually the fucking captain, actually? Like, and I'm surprised I'm not seeing more Arsenal fans actually talking on that. Like, I've seen a lot of it more in recent weeks. Saka's down. Nuno Mensch flashes into him. Looks like Dembele's could potentially warming up. Obviously, he did start on the bench in this game. He's going to be warming up. Yo, don't bring on fucking Ramos, man, because he missed sitters, man. Do you know what I read about an interesting stat? Since Mikel Arteta has come into the club, since he won that FA Cup, Arsenal have been in what 6, 7 semi-finals, and I'm not talking about 6, 7 actual semi-finals. I'm talking about legs. So like the 2 legs against Newcastle, for example. Um, the ones in the Europa League, and obviously the ones now, they've not scored a goal. That is a stat that needs to be looked at again. Even take away the league, you're not even doing it at the business end of the competitions in the cups. That's why, as I was an Arsenal fan, I'd want him sacked. Not because I think he's a bad coach. I actually don't think he's a bad actual coach. As a tactical manager and as an overall manager, I don't think he's the man to get you across the line to win you multiple trophies and take you to where you want to be, winning titles again. Actually, try to get over the line and win potentially the Champions League. Because, do you know what I mean? That's like, do you know what? If he had a won maybe let's say 2, 3 more FA Cups or a League Cup in that time, let's say if he had about 3, 4 FAs and League Cups under his belt, you could probably make a better justification of keeping him. But the fact that he's not even getting you in the League Cup, do you know what I mean? And I get people want to win the 2 big trophies, but for me, I never dismiss a trophy. I'm not one of these fans where they'll banter a team. Oh yeah, look at you celebrating the Carabao Cup. Hey, my team's won the Carabao Cup 2 times over the past 3 years, and I like that trophy. We've actually won it the most successful times. Obviously, we got to the final this year. So you should never dismiss trophies and all. Yeah, let's just focus on the fucking big 2. But yeah, make sure you are smashing that like button. Is Arsenal going out? That is obviously the question. There's the questions right now that is being asked. Is Arsenal? Yeah, make sure you are smashing the likes. Oof. Just seen Liverpool have made an offer to Kevin De Bruyne. What? Breaking news: Liverpool have made an offer to Kevin De Bruyne. Demarazzi is the source. Seriously, wait, what? That isn't surely true. Bradley Barcola. Oh, would I take De Bruyne at Liverpool? First of all, how old is he? De Bruyne, LFC. No. How old is De Bruyne? Age. He's 33. He's going to be 34. I don't think it will happen. I would take him for 2 years. Look, people call it mad. Look, wrap him up in cotton wool. Bring him on with 15 minutes to go throughout the course of the season. We know what De Bruyne can do. I'm not saying De Bruyne's going to be an out-and-out fucking gunman starter, but I'll fucking take him for the bands. Look, I don't think De Bruyne to Liverpool will actually happen. But it would actually be funny because he has always said that from a young age, he loved Liverpool. He liked Steven Gerrard, your Michael Owens at the time. As a kid, he was a big Liverpool fan. Oh my god, this is lovely football. Vitinha, man. Fucking hell, Vitinha, man. Ooh. Fucking hell, man. Wow. Donnarumma doing Donnarumma things. Saka down. Oh, clear it. Arsenal pile on more pressure with half an hour to go. Thomas Partey with a throw in. Oh my days. Clear it. Douay. Oh my days. What a... Oh my days. What a save. Donnarumma. Fucking hell, what a save. Saka again. Oh, goes down. No pen, says the ref. Now can our PSG attack? Bro, cross the ball now. Oh my days, left it too long. Kimi still shoots. Surely it's time to bring on like a Dembele. I found them and bring on a Zaire and Usman. If you're Arsenal, I mean, I don't know how Skelly hasn't been taken off. Maybe bring on Trossard for Mikel Marino. Because there's no point keep crossing the ball in the box. Because if you think about it, like, yeah, what a save. Potential penalty. Potential penalty. Now that's a pen. I think that's a penalty, you know. An Arsenal season could be over if this penalty goes in. Ashraf Hakimi wins basically a penalty. He going for the shot. Lewis Skelly has literally got his arm out, literally like that. It's not like his hands are literally by his side, where you can make a justification for it. Do you know what I mean? What did I say? You should have took him off because I think he'll make a mistake. Season could be over for Arsenal. If Fatinia scores, David Raya, this is the biggest moment of your season, mate. You've got to fucking save this. Honestly, goes wide. Fan them, just like, yeah, Lewis Skelly's now coming off. His confidence has just been killed. Trossard and Calafiori are coming on. Martinelli off. Now you're subbing him off. That is just. Vitinha up against David Raya. He should have been let Kawara take it, man, because he was just blasted in. Vitinha with a slow run up. Oh my god, what? Raya saves it. I mean, that might be the worst penalty I've ever seen. What the oh, what? That is... What? What is that pen? What is that pen? Oh my, what is that pen? That pen? What? That pen was fucking atrocious. I'm sorry. That might genuinely be one of the worst penalties I've ever seen. What the fuck was that? Yeah. What was that? It was a crap pen. That penalty was shocking. Bukayo Saka, 19 minutes to go. Hakimi, game over, 3-0. Wow. Achraf Hakimi. Wow. What a finish. Hakimi makes it 3-0. They've got killers, man. 2-0 to PSG, 3-0 on aggregate. That is a cold finish. Arsenal. Smash them likes, subscribe. 15 to go. Trossard takes the deflection. Bukayo Saka scores. One back for Arsenal. Goal back for Arsenal. That's 3-1 in aggregate. Surely you just pick the ball up and get it back to the flipping corner flag. In the halfway line, sorry. If they get a goal in the next 5-6, it could be interesting, but now this is where PSG normally just absolutely capitulate, collapse, fall apart, and bottle it. This is where now, just get on the ball and just pass it around like you was for the past 77 minutes when you was using the ball. It does take a deflection on the way in, very lucky, but goal's a goal, I suppose. Here comes Arsenal again. David Raya. Partey. Trossard. Arsenal come here again. Saka. Bukayo Saka should have scored. It should have been 2. It should have been 2-2. Oh my god, what a miss! Oh my god. How the fuck is he missed? Oof. I'm seeing stuff on Twitter. How are people saying that's not handball? Apparently, there is truth behind the Liverpool and De Bruyne rumours. Surely, like, the thing is, if he was on crap wages, maybe, but it's the wages, isn't it? You'd have to take a significant pay cut. I thought flipping Timber was vaping then. Ben White looks like he's going to be coming on. Eight minutes to go. Nuno Mensch. Get mes soins à la maison. PSG can kill it if they get this right. No. I'm looking back at the fucking picture, right, of the penalty. I'm sorry, but how are people saying it's not a penalty? He's literally got his arms sticking out. Like, come on. Let me just somewhat get a thumbnail prepped. Oh, also piling on more pressure, but a minute and a half until extra time. Arsenal are a minute away from going out the champs, unless they can score 2 flipping Usain Bolt quick goals. Kvaratskhelia. Come on, Kvara. Five minutes of added time for Paris until they are through to the final. What is Kylian Mbappe thinking right now? There you go. Odegaard. Instead of passing around the back, surely he's just going to get the fucking ball in the box and shoot. Trossard, shot blocked. PSG is just over 2 minutes away from reaching their second Champions League final, where they'll be playing Inter Milan. Lucas Hernandez. Match reaction. We will be doing a match reaction to this game like we did one for last night in the Champions League. Just over a minute until full time, and Arsenal will be out of the UEFA Champions League. North London forever in the bloody bin. Arsenal are about to go out. After his throwing, you'd assume it could be full time. And that is full time. Arsenal are out. Hold that. Successful hate watch. successful hate watch. Yes. Yes. Arsenal are out. They can hold that. And yeah, we'll be doing a match reaction because why not? Hold that, Arsenal fans. Hey, yo. You ain't that club in Europe. Been saying it for time. You know. Tough luck, buddy. Good luck next year, you pussies. Right, people, take care. Smash them likes. Match reaction coming